Hello boys and girls, my name is James Wilson Miller and I work for the Powerhouse Museum. I also work for Sydney Observatory too, which is part of the Powerhouse Museum. At Sydney Observatory we teach children about the stars, the skies and the planets, and we look through telescopes and old things that were done years ago. But today I'm going to tell you about Aboriginal versions of astronomy. And I'm going to tell you a story about the Southern Cross. Now, Aboriginal people have been looking up to the stars for thousands and thousands of years. They have looked at the planet and they know various star groups and constellations. And one constellation that I'm going to talk to you about today is the Southern Cross and how it was formed from an Aboriginal point of view. In the beginning, when the Great Spirit by me walked the earth, he made 3 people, 2 men and 1 woman. And he told them to eat only grasses and plants. And then he left for his home in the sky. And all was well. They ate of the plants that the Great by me had told them to eat. But a great drought came and all the plants died up. And they became hungry, and one of the men caught a kangaroo rat, and he cooked the kangaroo rat. And he also gave some to the woman too, and she started eating the flesh of the kangaroo rat. And they passed it on to the other man who was so weak from hunger, but he refused to eat the flesh of the kangaroo rat, and he walked off onto a far Coolabah plains over the red ridges and sand dunes until he came to a spot where he was so tired that he fell down beside this great big tree, and that's where he passed away. In the meantime, the woman and the other man finished eating the kangaroo rat and went looking for their friend, and they found him lying next to this great big tree. But they heard this great big thunderclap and they fell to the ground. And when they looked up again, this great big spirit with 2 fiery eyes was lifting up the body of their dead friend and placing him into the tree. And then he bent down, the bad spirit, the Yowie, and started to lift the tree up. And he pushed the tree up skyward, skyward, skyward. And then they heard that raucous screeching of 2 sulphur-crested cockatoos who were chasing the tree and were screeching louder and louder. And they were called the Muya. Up and up and up went the spirit tree until it placed itself in what was called the Yarrandu. And to this day, people know the Southern Cross as Yarrandu and the place of the white gum tree. But it also signifies the first Aboriginal people to come to this country. It also signifies the first death that happened in Aboriginal Australia. So when we look at the Southern Cross at night, it means much more to us in so many ways, and those ways come to us from our dreaming that were created by our Great Spirit, Bayami. Bye-bye for now.